better organized and will intensify as it approaches Florida. The curl will move across the Keys early tomorrow morning and go across our state on Sunday. It will impact northwest Florida on Monday. The Keys will see direct impact of the eye of the storm. There will be 18 to 15 inches of rain across the state and up to 25 inches in the Keys. Tornadoes are possible in South Florida this evening and Central Florida tomorrow. Hurricane conditions will be felt across the west coast beginning Sunday morning. The tropical storm conditions will be felt across the warning area. Millions of Floridians will begin seeing impacts with life-threatening winds tonight. This is a serious threat of significant storm surge along the entire west coast of Florida, and this has increased to 15 feet of impact above ground level in southwest Florida. Tampa will see a surge of 5 to 8 feet. The Big Bend area will see a surge of 3 to 6 feet. We will also see an increase in flooding of rivers throughout the peninsula. This is clearly a life-threatening situation. Remember, in southwest Florida, the storm surge comes after the strongest winds. Do not think the storm is over when the wind slows down. Local officials will let you know when it is safe. The storm surge will rush in and it could kill you. When it happens, the water just rushes in and rushes out. With the storm's latest track, families in the Panhandle need to be on high alert for severe weather, including tropical storm and hurricane-force winds. Here in Tallahassee, it is likely we will experience hurricane-force winds, and families must start preparing now. We saw what Hurricane Irma did to this community last year, and we could see similar or more severe wind threats from Irma. If you have been ordered to evacuate, you need to leave now. This is your last chance to make a good decision. Evacuations are in place in areas across the state. More than 6.5 million Floridians have been ordered to evacuate. Do not put yourself or your family's life at risk. Now is the time to do the right thing for your family. School buses are aiding in evacuations. Please take advantage of this service. If you need to leave and are unable to do so for any reason, call 1-800-342-3557 and we will do everything we can to get you out. Protecting life is our absolute top priority. No resource or expense will be spared to protect families. I urge everyone to check on their neighbors, their family, and their friends. If you know someone who is not evacuating and should, please contact them and make sure they have a plan to get out now. We have been very aggressive in our preparation for this storm, and now it's upon us. Every Floridian should take this seriously and be aggressive to protect their family. Possessions can be replaced. Your life, your family cannot be replaced. Shelters. We have been working around the clock with counties to ensure there are enough shelters. Currently, there are more than 385 shelters open across every county in the path of the storm, and more are opening tonight. More than 70,000 Floridians have taken shelter, and there is still room for more. If you have a building and emergency officials ask you to open a shelter, please comply. This is so important to families seeking safety. Everyone in Florida needs to find a safe place to go. Traffic. Evacuation routes are moving, and we have implemented emergency shoulder use on I-4 from 50th Street in Tampa to east of State Road 429 in Orlando. Our 1,700 state troopers remain on the road to assist in evacuations and traffic. They will remain on our roads until it is unsafe. Check real-time traffic information and evacuation routes at fl511.com. We are still aggressively working to keep gas stations open and filled along active evacuation routes. I waived Florida's motor fuel import tax for 5 days to help bring more fuel to our state for storm response and recovery. This will make our efforts to bring in fuel from neighboring states after the storm easier. We absolutely know fuel is important, and we are devoting every state resource we can to address this problem to ensure we have fuel immediately we want it for everybody, but we want it immediately for first responders and rescue efforts. Every single Florida Guardsman that can be called up has already been deployed to prepare and respond to this storm. We have so many members of our law enforcement community that are putting their lives at risk to help Floridians get to a safe place. And they will not stop until it's no longer safe. We cannot thank them enough. Utilities. Right now, more than 76,000 people are without power. It's going to get worse. Utility providers have actively pre-positioned resources throughout the state and in neighboring states. We know how important power is. We will aggressively work with our utilities to make sure it gets back on. Regarding recovery, we have search and rescue staged and ready once the storm passes and is safe for first responders. I met with the Coast Guard Admiral today, and they are here and have asked us to help in this process. The storm has continued to change rapidly, but we have food and water pre-positioned to be dispersed to impacted areas. We will do all we can to get this out quickly. The Department of Transportation, National Guard, and Fish and Wildlife will work as fast as they can to clear roads so we can get food and water to shelters in impacted areas. We also have guardsmen from other states ready to come in and help with this. But disaster response takes time. We will go as fast as we can once the weather is safe. We're also working with FEMA on temporary housing solutions for displaced residents. I've been talking to President Trump pretty much every day, other members of the White House, and other members of the cabinet. They're absolutely committed to provide whatever resource they can to help us live through this storm and in our recovery efforts. I want to be clear, we are under a state of emergency. Those who perform vital services, including healthcare staff, we need you to be there to help your community. You're answering the call now that we need nurses, and we have nearly more than 2,500 who have already responded. Those responding to this need are heroes to our neighbors with special needs, and we are so grateful to them. But we can still use more. Florida needs volunteer nurses to help at our special needs shelters. If you're a nurse, please email helpfl@flhealth.gov. You can still also email BPRCHD preparedness@flhealth.gov. So many people across the country and across the world have called to offer their prayers and support. I want to thank the governors of the other states that provided every resource we've asked for. I know the entire country is with us. We have our country's best first responders ready to help us, and Florida, we will get through this. This week, Floridians have demonstrated to the world that we know what it means to get prepared. Neighbors are helping neighbors, and strangers united as Floridians have come together to pull through this devastating storm. Let's get together and pull through this. We will come back even stronger. You can follow my Twitter account at FLGovScott for this life-saving messaging and updates in English and Spanish. Hurricane Irma ya ha estado impactando nuestro estado. Este huracán es muy peligroso. Acuérdense que la vida de usted y su familia es lo más importante. Por favor, tengan cuidado. Cada familia ya debe de estar en un sitio seguro. Para más información, por favor, llamen a 1-800-34-23557. También visitan mi cuenta de Twitter a FLGovScott para más información en inglés y español de Huracán Irma. Mi prioridad es que todos, turistas, familias, todos en la Florida estén seguros.
You've been listening to Governor Rick Scott with the latest update on Hurricane Irma. He has told us